What's up, crypto hackers? Welcome back to another episode of Hack Crypto, where we hack all of our metaverse, NFT, and crypto education. If you guys are brand new here, be sure to be subscribed with notification bell on. Also, slap a like on this video. It helps get the video out to more people. That is the number one thing that can help support the channel. Now, on this episode, I'm going to be going over the FTX scandal situation. I've gotten a ton of DMs from people about this whole FTX collapse. As the third largest exchange collapsing, it's not only that exchange that people are worried about, it's a contagion. And basically, this whole collapse is pulling down the companies not only that FTX owned, which was hundreds, and some of the largest ones like BlockFi and Voyager that they acquired. It drags them down, but it also drags the people down that had balances on all of these different products and services, but it also drags down the people that had loans to those products and services. So it's basically this long claw down of all these different organizations and companies, and a lot of them were impacted extremely negatively and fast in this space. Many well-known VCs like Sequoia put out a letter. I think it was 150 million was written down to zero on their investment in FTX. I know the Shark Tank, Kevin O'Leary, he wrote down zero for millions of dollars of investment in equity in the international entity as well as in the US entity, I believe. And if you are currently involved in any centralized exchange, I've made countless videos here, probably 100 videos maybe, on self-custody or mentioning self-custody, as it's been part of the crypto ethos since day one. And Ledger, link to Ledger will be in the description below. It's a hardware wallet. It's incredible and easy to learn. I've made setup videos with blockchain.com back in the day. I want to say that was 2018 or 19. Partnered with them on making a video with Ledger and worked together with everybody to get that out. Really cool tutorial video you should check out. But ultimately, that's what you're going to want to do. You don't have to sweat situations like this where everybody's getting quicksand in to this sort of pullback and collapse that the third largest exchange is causing. But it is a big issue. BitBoy Crypto, or Ben Armstrong, a friend of mine, he just had a man on named Hussein from NewCoin or New Genesis, and they had launched on the exchange FTX. And a lot of things have surfaced about what that was like. I'm not going to mention too many of those details. You should check out his stream on his channel. But ICP, I've met Dominic before, interviewed him on a podcast probably earlier this year, late last year, and similar situation. There's others like Reef and things like that are coming out right now, and people are really listening to these stories. This has triggered people to try and figure out what's happened because we're talking about billions and billions of dollars that have vaporized. So a lot of people are really upset, and understandably, Pomp and all these people out there, the financial influencers on YouTube and stuff like that, that promoted BlockFi and FTX. It is very unfair to attack people that have promoted products and services when you have some of the biggest institutions in the world, like your Sequoias and your massive VCs writing checks to the company that those people are promoting. That means that they went through what would appear to be the most stringent diligence process out there. If I'm writing a check for $150 million like Sequoia did, I think that it's fair to say that they have checked all the boxes and put up the smoke and mirrors that are needed for that check to come through, and a YouTuber that is accepting money to promote that project. I wouldn't hold them to that same standard. They are being careful. I'm very careful with what I do on the channel. I've always been as transparent as I can about promotions and stuff like that. But with a lot of the YouTubers that are coming out right now and apologizing, I support whatever they decide to do. but ultimately you can only do so much with diligence. And if a company's worth a couple $2 billion and has had investments from some of the most sophisticated investors of all time, that is, in my book, a very low risk potential sponsor to support the channel. And if something happens like what did happen, it is a very difficult situation for everyone that's involved. All of the YouTubers that had people come through their channels, learn about FTX, learn about BlockFi, Voyager, all of this, and it plays out the way that it did. It's not as if that was seen to anybody, including the most sophisticated investors on earth. So I think there's some grace that can be given to these YouTubers and everybody that promoted it. I did not promote it. Ultimately, I've recommended it many times, but I was never sponsored because it appeared to be rock solid. I had a lot of funds on BlockFi, a lot of funds through business, personal, all of it. And that was moved off well before any of this happened, way earlier this year, and wasn't promoting it after. I wasn't promoting very much of any custody services after the Luna situation, just because you're playing with fire when you're playing with collapses of that magnitude, and it pulls people all into this quicksand pit pretty quickly when all these guys are doing leveraged positions on their exchanges, taking huge risk with all these customer funds, which is totally illegal, and they're just committing fraud and doing this sketchy stuff that you shouldn't have any part of in the crypto space. That's kind of what the ethos here is self-sovereignty, and hold on for dear life. Hold on to your own keys. And that's just what I wanted to leave you guys with. You know, there's not much that can be done about this type of bankruptcy situation with SBF and FTX. It's best to just watch it play out. And it is very unfortunate what has happened because it reflects this space very poorly. And as a builder in this space, it's upsetting to see the sentiment change and a lot of this shake out. But we will continue to build. Everybody will continue to build that is here for the technology and here to be part of the revolution. The speculating investors and stuff like that are going to shake out pretty hard over the next 6-12 months. But ultimately, it is still a tragedy. And that is it for this video. I wanted to leave you guys on a happy note. Leave a like on this video. Check the links in the description for Ledger. And I will see you on the next episode here on Hack Crypto.